Hey guys, just a real quick market update. I still feel like absolute trash, so I'm going to try and keep this short. But Bitcoin has still been holding that old resistance line back from our all time high, sloping downwards here. We did get that nice little resistance to support flip, and we're just starting to pull away from that line as I was talking about in a previous video. We do still have this other daily trend line here, this yellow one going down, and we're really coiling up tight with that. I think personally that if we do get a breakout of this line and kind of flip that one into support now, after flipping two of these downward sloping trend lines, I think that Bitcoin will be in a very nice position to climb a fair little bit higher. If I wanted to look for some take profits, I would be looking at just pulling up a Fibonacci here and looking for some areas of interest where I would like to start finding some resistance. You guys know that I love my Fibonacci lines and how often we've been respecting the 786 and 886 fibs. Those are up closer to 24,000 US dollars, you guys, and I think that would also make sense because we could even just take a early warning signal here that we have a trend line, something like that forming, and that would also create a little bit of confluence here, getting some sort of a rising channel. Even if it ends up being a bearish rising wedge or something like that, I think it makes a lot of sense that we would end up testing up into this kind of pocket relatively soon. I mean, let's face it, the market has been just absolutely chopping sideways. We're all sick of it, and it could be a lot longer. I mean, if we look at when Bitcoin formed a bottom, you guys know that I am claiming that I think the bottom is in or very near. If that is the case, I mean, we could still just trade sideways for such a long time. I mean, if you guys are getting sick of it already on this daily chart here, look at this weekly chart. I mean, if we go to this old market cycle back here, I mean, look how long it took to kind of flatten out and switch momentum to the upside there. We could be in for a lot more chops, so none of this has to happen or anything. Just looking at things from a technical point of view, I think that a big breakout could be around the corner for Bitcoin. And honestly, guys, that could be to the downside too. Obviously, no analysis is ever going to be perfect. Nothing is 100% certain. In fact, this does look like a bit of a descending triangle. So if I were to pull a measurement of, let's say, even just this part of this triangle with this flat bottom here, downward sloping resistance line, if we took a measured move kind of from where we'd be breaking out from, I mean, we're getting close to that 10,000 US dollars. I'd probably even take this just from the bottom of their channel here. And that would be getting into that $10,000 level there. And you guys know that myself and a lot of other analysts, even though I'm not predicting that we do drop to $10,000, but I have outlined in my Bitcoin cheat sheet video why I think it's possible that we drop down that far. That's just another little bit of confluence there that could be showing that, just a little bit of a warning sign. You guys know my opinion. I think that if we do end up dropping here, just with how many bullish divergences we have at the support box, which I've had mapped out since about June now, there's just so many bullish divergences on so many different indicators that I don't know how serious I'm going to take it if we do end up dropping. Even if we drop below my green box, I think there's absolutely a recipe here to get a bit of a bear trap fake out and then kind of reclaim some of these resistance lines and then really have momentum on the bull side and take off from there. Just going over that, I mean, like I said, I've had this support box outlined, and there's a whole bunch of other reasons why I have this mapped out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my Bitcoin cheat sheet video. There should be in a description, or there should be a link in my description down below. But yeah, ever since trading sideways in this green box, I mean, we've just had so many bullish divergences on the MDX oscillator 5 here. Bullish divergence, 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 two divergences here. If we go up to the oscillator 4 up here, regular bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence, regular bullish divergence, and this is all while we're just kind of trading sideways at a support level. So I think even if we do get a violent wick to the downside, I think that it's not going to stick. If we get a 4-hour candle close below this box, I'm going to be very possibly changing my tune pretty quick if that happens. Obviously, guys, like, none of this has to happen, and being able to react is more important than being able to predict. So just have a backup plan. I already know that if we end up dropping this, I am going to there's a good chance that I miss an excellent shorting opportunity. But if we drop this, my plan B, just because I am fairly convinced that we're going to get some sort of a relief rally in the near future. If we don't get that and we dump to the downside, I just plan on spot buying down towards that 10K level. I don't think I'm lucky enough to buy again at those levels, so that's another reason why I don't think it'll happen. But that's just an important thing, guys. Like, no matter how you're looking at the charts, no matter how sure you think you are, you can be wrong. Nothing is for sure. The markets don't give a shit about your opinion or how you feel. So just consider that and just have a backup plan. If you're wrong, if you're waiting for those 10K levels to buy, what's your backup plan if you don't get them? Are you going to FOMO back in up at about 50K before we get some sort of a retracement and kind of get wrecked on that end? There's just a lot of things to consider there. I know, like I said, my plan is just to spot buy on the way down. And then I might start sniping some shorts there. I just think I would miss a momentum short here. But if we get 4-hour candle body closes below my box, absolutely I'm going to consider looking for more short setups in the short term there. As it stands right now, you guys, I don't think things look too bad. This is a very micro time frame here. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart. This is visible on a little larger time frames, but if we were to remain bearish, we just had that little bit of a fake out dump into my green daily box just the other day there. My opinion anyways is that if we were going to remain bearish, I don't know if we would have been able to reclaim this resistance from back here, just because kind of as we were dumping here, we set a new lower high here, and after we broke below our lower lows, we confirmed that. So in my opinion anyways, you guys, I think if we were going to remain bearish, we would have either started just trading inside this box again before going lower, or even just testing kind of the bottom side of it. But the fact that we're trading above it, and for such a long time we have been respecting this old resistance box as support now, that just doesn't look too bad on a micro time frame. Obviously, if we end up dropping, then so be it. I was actually expecting us to dump a little further. Let me just bring up a larger time frame here. If I go onto my 4-hourly chart here, I was expecting this dump to go a little bit lower. I'm actually a little upset that it didn't, because I wanted to long Bitcoin a little bit lower. And for those of you who have been following me for a while and are in the private MDX group and that sort of thing, you know how much I love that 786, 886 Fibonacci levels, and we just never quite got there. It is nice to see that, you know, the 618 is holding as support so far. But generally speaking, I just really like when we get these retests of these lower Fibonacci's, and I never got that, so I missed an opportunity there. But yeah, as it stands right now, anything can happen. If we do end up just getting rejected along this resistance line, I think then it makes sense to kind of test down lower into these levels. And obviously we could absolutely just dump, you guys. Like, maybe the bears do step in, but I know like a lot of people are saying that, oh, the bulls are weak right now, we're not getting a bounce. Well, the bears aren't doing jack shit either, so I don't think either one is particularly strong looking. And on that note, if we look at our previous bear market bottoms, just looking at my Twitter post here, I mean, these bottoms all looked like shit. I mean, this is our market cycle right here. Yes, it looks weak, absolutely, on the weekly, but these other two bear markets here, they looked like shit when they were bottoming out too. So that's something to consider, you guys. Like, yes, we could absolutely just end up dumping through my green box here, and everything changes about my analysis at that point. But you guys know my feeling about these previous bear markets. We had these failed bear market support levels that dropped, and then we accumulated sideways. Same thing with this infamous descending triangle. We got our drop and our sideways accumulation. And right now, this still looks the same to me. It looks like we had our bear market failed support. We dump and get our sideways accumulation. Yes, there's absolutely the possibility that right now we're in some kind of a descending triangle, much like we were right here. But to me, this whole kind of trade range, bear market, well, pre-bear market distribution phase, To me looks a lot more like this entire range and this entire range. It doesn't look to me like this entire range is going to play out like just this very top part of this bull market and then the continuation pattern. I think the chart, I mean, and anything is possible. The economy is an absolute wreck. Nobody knows for sure what's going to happen. So, yes, this could absolutely be a continuation pattern. But just the way I have this mapped out, it would be the first time that Bitcoin does this since going back like 10 years. So, I just don't think it's necessary. Not to say it can't happen, just always be ready for the possibility that you could be wrong if you think it is going to drop. The market could absolutely reverse here because, like I said, the market did not look strong here, and it looked like absolute shit here too. So this really is no different for me, in my opinion. I think that this looks very similar to other bear market bottoms. The only difference that I'm noticing is that typically bear markets pull back about 85%, and this one has only pulled back 75%. And if we did pull back that 85%, it would take us down towards that $10,000 price target that so many people are wanting and aiming for. So definitely worth considering. There's a lot of confluence there. We have a bunch of structure in the chart in our previous bull market here, or sideways consolidation there. So yeah, I absolutely see reason why we could go there. But if you go to my Bitcoin cheat sheet video, I just outlined so many reasons why I think that the bottom is in. And this is like poker, you guys. I'm just kind of playing my odds. I have done my math and I see X amount of reasons why I'm bullish, and I see not as many reasons why I'm bearish. So I'm just kind of playing the odds that I laid out before me, along with all these bullish divergences and stuff like that. One more thing I want to be a little cautious of, however, is we did get this bearish divergence here on the MDX Algo 3. These have been quite strong signals in the past. I mean, you can see what size of moves that a lot of these were calling. I mean, that got a nice dump there. This is the 4 hour, remember. Those are nice big moves. So yeah, even this one that we got, that little pump there, that was absolutely a nice little move. If you add some leverage in there, yeah, absolutely, you can make some good profits there. So something worth considering there, that there is that warning sign right as we're trading at resistance here. So yeah, we could absolutely go for a little tumble here. Looking at the DXY, I know I've pointed this out before, that this is 20 years of data here, and once again, just pulling my Fibonacci, looking at my 786, 886 Fibonacci's, but pulled top to bottom, so I'm looking for resistance there. And we're just kind of trading right in that pocket right now, a perfect potential reversal doji there. Of course, this could just continue if the DXY does end up breaking out of this this pattern here. So once again, these breaking above these Fibonacci levels as resistance, and also we have this 10-year long upward sloping range here. So that's also a very big pattern. So there's a lot of confluence right here why I think the DXY could take a little bit of a hit and start reversing to the downside. But you guys, if this does end up breaking up and flipping that resistance into support, I mean, it could absolutely just continue its parabolic tear. And that would be very bad for crypto prices. Great if you want to accumulate cheaper, but if you're hoping that it's a moonshot, you would be most likely pretty disappointed there. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's kind of my quick wrap up of the market conditions right now. Again, I'm going to go rest some more. As you can tell, my voice is different. I feel like shit. So I'm going to end it there. But if you appreciated the fact that I brought you this market update, even though I'm feeling in rough shape here, please do me a favor and hit that like button. It really goes a long way and helps the algorithms and helps my channel get noticed. And subscribe if you haven't. With that, I'm out. Stay safe, my friends. Peace.